Sunday morning at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 350,000 people will watch a pace car roll onto the front straight, and Caitlin Clark will be standing in it. 3 days after her body told Herb Simon what he refused to hear all spring. The Indianapolis 500 doesn't care if her back can take it. Herb Simon doesn't either. The ceremony is 48 hours away. The salute lands at 12:29 in the afternoon, when Indianapolis names Caitlin Clark Grand Marshal of the 110th Indianapolis 500, 2.5 miles of pavement, a pace car, a pole position salute, and a back that wouldn't let her practice on Tuesday or walk into Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Wednesday. That's where this video lives. Indianapolis is celebrating Caitlin Clark. The franchise that built around it is pretending nothing's wrong. 4 games in 8 days. That's the workload Indiana put on her body this week. The 4th one was Wednesday, and she didn't make it. Tuesday, May 19th, Caitlin Clark missed practice. It wasn't on the injury report. Athlon Sports confirmed it. Heavy confirmed it. Yahoo confirmed it. The Fever didn't list her. They didn't have to. The team controls the report. But the absence was real. Wednesday, May 20th, 90 minutes before tip against the Portland Fire. The arena was filling. Players were warming up. And Caitlin Clark was scratched. Back injury. No timeline. No specifics. The AP confirmed it. CBS Sports confirmed it. Sports Illustrated, Athlon, Yardbarker, Yahoo all confirmed it. Her first missed game of the 2026 season landed with 90 minutes of notice. Stephanie White's press conference that night did 3 things she's going to have to answer for. She said Clark is healthy. She said the team isn't managing anything. She said it's just a back issue. Then she said the words still ringing around Indianapolis 4 days later. I'm not a doctor. Scott Agnes at Fieldhouse Files documented the workload the same night. Alexa Philippou at ESPN posted within the hour. They used the same word, managed. Indiana is managing Caitlin Clark. The Fever just won't say it. Herb Simon's priorities are written in concrete, $78 million of it. The Indianapolis Fever Sports Performance Center, 108,000 square feet, 3 stories, broke ground September of last year, opens before the 2027 season, connected to Gainbridge Fieldhouse by a skybridge, the largest training facility in WNBA history. Aaliyah Boston cut a ribbon at the groundbreaking and said she couldn't wait until they made the building their home. Kelly Krauskopf called it a new standard for women's sports. It's all real. The financing, the square footage, the vision, every receipt checks out. Stop on the timeline for a second. The building opens in 2027. The body in question is playing in 2026. Herb Simon committed $78 million to honor what Caitlin Clark will be when she's 25, and committed nothing for what she is at 24. The bench Wednesday went 3 rotational players deep. The Tuesday injury report didn't list her. The Sunday ceremony goes on whether her back holds or not. The 2027 building will be beautiful. The 2026 body is on its own. That's what $78 million bought, a facility for the version of Caitlin Clark her franchise hasn't earned yet. The Grand Marshal of the Indianapolis 500 is the highest civic honor a non-driver gets in this city. The list of names that have worn the sash reads like Indiana sports memory itself. Larry Bird wore it. Reggie Miller wore it. Peyton Manning wore it. Tamika Catchings wore it. They didn't get the pace car because they showed up. They got it because Indianapolis decided their bodies belonged to this city for what they'd done for it. And every single one of them played for a franchise that protected them. Bird had a Boston Celtics organization that managed his back for 13 seasons. The Celtics monitored his minutes, sat him on the road in March, gave him surgery and time when surgery and time were what his back needed. Reggie Miller logged 18 years in Pacers blue, 18, from 1987 to 2005. He never wore another logo. He never asked to be traded. He never sat down because the franchise asked too much of him. Peyton Manning had 4 separate cervical surgeries during his Colts tenure, and the Colts had a plan for every single one of them. Caitlin Clark is about to ride a pace car around a track that has only ever honored the bodies Indianapolis built around. She is the first one whose franchise hasn't returned the favor. Longtime WNBA fans will remember the Indiana Fever themselves were born in an expansion draft the year 2000. The franchise's first golden era ran 14 seasons, 1 championship in 2012, 1 legend who never wore another jersey. The city understood what its basketball legends were worth. Indianapolis named her Grand Marshal of the 500. The franchise kept her in a navy and gold jersey for 15 seasons. The Indiana Fever in 2026 are not the Indiana Fever in 2014. The owner is the same, the location is the same, the crowd is bigger, the revenue is bigger, and the world watching number is exponentially bigger. The Fever today are worth $560 million, according to Sportico's most recent valuation, up 522% since Caitlin Clark walked into Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That's the number nobody on this management team gets to argue with. $560 million of franchise value because of one body. $560 million and a Tuesday with no practice report. The Indianapolis basketball history Herb Simon should have studied is the franchise next to his. Reggie Miller played 18 seasons in a Pacers uniform. The Pacers built around him every single year. They drafted to fill what he couldn't do. They signed veterans to take pressure off his perimeter game. They protected his prime. And when his prime ended, he left on his own terms, into a Hall of Fame ceremony, not a press release about a back injury nobody saw coming. That's the franchise that taught Indianapolis what stewardship of a basketball star looks like. Herb Simon owns that franchise too. He bought the Indiana Pacers with his brother Mel in 1983. 43 years. He has owned the Indiana Fever since the franchise existed in 2000. 26 years on the WNBA side. The same checkbook, the same boardroom, the same man. So Herb Simon already knows the answer. He watched it happen, he signed the contracts, he paid the salaries, he saw what 18 years of protecting a franchise face actually looks like. And then on the Fever side, he chose differently. In October of 2024, Herb Simon was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame as a contributor. Springfield, Massachusetts. The contributor category. The honor reserved for builders, not players. Adam Silver praised him at the induction. I'll read the quote exactly. As the longest-standing governor in NBA history, a founding member of the WNBA, and a former chairman of the NBA Board of Governors, Herb Simon has been instrumental in every significant NBA and WNBA development over the past 4 decades. A founding member of the WNBA. Instrumental in every significant WNBA development. 18 months later, the most valuable player in the league Herb Simon helped found missed practice on a Tuesday with no injury report and got scratched on a Wednesday with 90 minutes of notice. Her franchise's head coach went on camera that night and said 3 contradictions in 3 sentences. The #1 merchandise seller in WNBA history rode home from the arena in street clothes. That's what foundational stewardship looks like in 2026. A Naismith Plaque in Springfield, a $78 million building scheduled for 2027, and a 2026 back nobody on Herb Simon's payroll wants to talk about. 12:29 on Sunday, the clock that matters this weekend. The pace car will pull out, the flag will drop, 350,000 people will rise from their seats, and Caitlin Clark, the Indianapolis basketball player whose body said no on Tuesday and again on Wednesday, will smile and wave from the most famous front straight in motorsport. The city will get the ceremony Caitlin Clark earned. The franchise will get the photograph Herb Simon couldn't pay for. And the back that hasn't practiced this week will hold up under the weight of 2.5 miles of pavement and a city that loves her more than her owner has shown he does. Sunday at 12:29. The pace car runs, the clock runs, the body either holds or it doesn't. Herb Simon doesn't get to choose anymore. Indianapolis already did.